In just about a week, we're going to have a new governor in New Jersey. Governor-elect Phil Murphy is spending his time filling out the new cabinet, making appointees. Today, he made a big announcement. Carol Johnson, a former Obama administration policy advisor, is going to head up Human Services. It is actually the state's largest department. We wanted to talk a little bit about what this transition means for you at home. So we've got somebody who's been through a couple, Lieutenant Governor Kim Guadagno. Kim, good to have you.
Good to be here. Happy New Year.
So, Kim, you've got a Democratic administration taken over from a Republican one. You were on the opposite side, 2009. You were the first lieutenant governor in the state's history. What did you go through in 2009, and what can people expect, do you think, over the next few weeks?
Well, I think people need to know how hard the transition team is working. I mean, they're working round the clock, 8 days a week. They worked on Christmas, I suspect. They worked on New Year's. They worked very hard to get their arms and wrap their arms around this. You know, Phil Murphy, Governor-elect Murphy, has to do a budget in February. So he's got to get his cabinet members in place as soon as possible to start looking and working on this budget. So I think they're working around the clock. I think they're trying to find the best possible candidates, no matter what their party affiliation is. That's what we did in 2009.
I know you're not following all the appointees closely, the individuals, but is it more to fill out a political agenda, or do you have like government experts coming in saying, hey, I'm the expert in this and I'm the expert in that?
That's a question you're going to have to ask Phil Murphy's team. I know what we did in 2009. What we did in 2009 is we kept some of Governor Corzine's appointees, like Velez, who was the head of Human Services, or what was Human Services at the time, and some of that we kept some, like Phil Murphy is doing. We had to create the office of Lieutenant Governor. Where is it? What is she going to do? Where is she going to sit? Things like that.
Have you met with her?
I did. I had the pleasure of meeting with the LGE.
Is
they
it
call
contentious?
It. No, come on. Sheila Oliver and I have known each other for 8 years.
The Clinton-Bush transition, they were popping the W's off the keyboard.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that. No. And I just met with the 34th Secretary of State, Tahisha Way, Governor-elect, and announced that he would be proposing her to the Senate Judiciary Committee, and I met with her for a while to talk about all the great things in the Secretary of State's office. I met with the LGE to see, let her know why we did certain things and how I might do something different if she were, when she's elected or when she's sworn in. So it's been a very non-contentious for me.
So one piece of advice for the new Lieutenant Governor coming in. What do you tell her?
What did I tell her? What did I tell her? I'm so not telling you.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Through the whole campaign, people wanted to know what the governor and I talked about. I never told them any of that. So why would I start telling?
Fair enough. I had to ask.
Because, we had our own way of doing things. We kind of made up the office as it went along, and I expect that the next lieutenant governor will improve upon that.
So, first lieutenant governor in the state's history.
Yes.
When does the book come out?
Now that's a good question. That's a good question. Although over the last couple of weeks I had a chance to think about some of the fun things we could write in a book, but won't.
You probably know a few things. Yeah, so we're guessing.
Maybe.
Kim, great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Happy New Year.
Good.
All right, let's bring back the A+ panel to break this down. All right, I'll tell you guys, I don't know if it's breaking it down. It didn't seem very controversial, but I will say, Archange, let me start with you. It seems to me that everything the governor-elect is doing is political posturing for the next step. What do you think?
I think so. I think actually he's very ambitious. I mean, we've seen that in the campaign. He's willing to talk to whoever to get things done. And so I think Kim being here, you see her too. She's really bubbly. But I had an issue with her during the campaign. I think that she went a little too far on the sanctuary policy. And I think that kind of tarnished her reputation because everybody kind of likes her. But then you went ahead and you kind of demonized a lot of people who were on the fence with you.
Misty, what do you think? I mean, from that aside, how the campaign was run, it seems like this is about as smooth a transition as you could get from people that are on complete opposite sides of the issues.
Well, yeah, and we heard Kim say the transition team is working really, really hard, and it shows because there is a smooth transition right now.
Laura, doesn't that bug you a little bit? Like, I wanted to see it be a little more contentious. I miss the days where they were popping the W's off the keyboard.
No, it doesn't, and I'll tell you, because these people ultimately should want the state to succeed, and this is how the state's going to succeed. Transition from administration to administration is a major part of the continuity of government and of the state and its health, and I think that if they cannot effectuate a smooth transition, then they're good for nothing.
Does Murphy seem ready to be governor, or does he seem more ready to get to Iowa and New Hampshire?
Who's ready to be governor? What does that even mean? I mean, anybody who's never done it before is, what are they going to do to be ready? What we have to hope is that they get there, they work hard, they focus, and they do it with an open mind toward what everybody has to say.
Trenton or Des Moines?
Trenton. I think he's going to be hit with a reality check when he walks in there and he realizes a lot of his ambitions are going to be tempered with a reality check of our economic conditions.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Good to see you. Laura, Misty, Archange, thanks. Let's check in with meteorologist Dan Zarrow with a look at your weather.